I once knew this boy named Man, who lived a pretty ordinary life, or should I say one that was average. He inhabited a temperate climate that was perfect for higher primates, with a partner who he supposed he'd one day call wife. The boy's house was warm and tidy too. He set aside a healthy amount of time to cleanliness, but an unhealthy amount to loneliness. Using his wireless heating remote gave him an all too rare sense of control. The boy whose name was Man never slept well. In fact, he tossed and turned to the beat of the same mare every night. Somehow, the sound that puzzle pieces make as they fall into place never failed to frighten him. And when the boy found himself on the edge of that cliff, he was fascinated by what would happen if he fell. But after a time, he simply stepped back while declaring, "Oh well." Colleagues of the boy, they found it difficult to define him, failing to stuff him inside one of those clumsy categories into which they carelessly crammed others. Neither party had or had given the time to delve deeper into his dense demeanour. The boy certainly spent no energy making it easier. He much preferred wasting it on doing nothing for no one and calling it progress. For him, dealing with the imperfections of his reality, well, that was just tiring enough. If only people did things as they should, life would be so much easier. The boy named Man had never experienced hard work. To him, it was as distant as the moon. And the idea that he would soon have to subscribe to, well, that was as distant as the sun. Yet, that rarely stopped him from gazing at them with a deep longing and a wistfulness that fizzed in his soul, the promise of hot, glowing satisfaction. But despite what you may be thinking, the boy, he was highly self-aware. Everything he endeavoured upon was undertaken with a very meticulous care. His friends would say that he over-prepared and spoiled it all, but he would simply laugh at their foolishness. But then one day, something happened that you couldn't expect. The boy looked at his life and saw that it needed a change of direction. He had martyred himself for far too long, letting his ways impact on him as much as any other crime. The boy named Man often rode on the highest of horses. Trotting along, he'd whistle a song just to prove to everyone how carefree he could be, while inside he was despising himself for not being able to agree, convinced that his life was being toyed with by unseen forces. What brought on this change is something of much debate among the warring voices within the boy's mind, all preoccupied with deciding whether it was already too late, or if the right answer was something he'd ever even find. In short, there is one way to explain the refilling of the boy's half-empty cup. Amongst all the confusion, he was able to ascertain that he was, in fact, just starting to grow up.